Hey everybody, welcome back. Man, I am excited to tell you about one of my favorite stories, and it might not be everybody else's favorite, but for me, you'll understand why, okay? So I told you yesterday that God used a lot of volunteers and a lot of miracles for us to build this building. I mean, it was a crazy set of circumstances. Well, let me tell you about some of these things this week. So one of the things we did was we met with subcontractors when we did not have volunteers that came from all over. We called local people and we got bids. One of the guys that we had bid on the church was a plumber friend of mine. Now, I met Earl Elder when we built our house over on Ohio Avenue. This would have been right before the church started, so this is like 1992. And Earl rolls up. Actually, Nancy hired Earl. Earl came, he gave us a bid. He was kind of like, and I never flunk inspections. And he shows up, two things I remember. He shows up, first of all, he has his golden retriever with him. I mean, don't you love a blue collar guy with his golden retriever? Took him to work every day. And the other thing I noticed about Earl was he had this thing on the front of his truck. You know those vanity plates? Well, his said something that just kind of gave me the willies a little bit because it said New York Jets. Earl was my only Jet fan friend for like decades. He did our plumbing, our house that we built. So obviously we call Earl and say, hey, can you come give us a bid on this church that we're building? And Earl comes over, and honestly, I don't think Earl was even a believer then. Earl shows up, and Mr. Skinner, that crusty Navy guy, he has his hard hat with a Stetson on it, and Earl comes in and he gives us his bid, and we show him everything that has to happen, and he has the plans. He shows back up, and I'm there for this meeting, and Jim says, well, what's it going to be? And Earl says, I'll do it for free. And we were shocked. I mean, we were like, hallelujah, thank you so much. So I give him a hug. And, Earl's a big guy and big burly guy. And here's got the pastor, the preacher hugging him. He called me preacher. And sure enough, Earl comes and he digs all the ditches. He puts in all the plumbing. He does all of this. He doesn't charge the church anything. We bought all the materials. He does all the work, did it all himself. When we dedicated this building, that was such a big deal. I mean, that was such a big gift to our church. And there was a lot of people like this, but Earl wasn't even a believer. He wasn't somebody that went to our church. He wasn't like a camper on mission. He was a guy trying to make payroll. So when we dedicated the building, I did something I've never done before, never done since. I bought a New York Jets jersey. A Curtis Martin jersey. I know. All my Finn friends are, I bought that with my own money, and we gave that to him. And we've been friends for so many years. So fast forward. We have lots of plumbing issues here. Vacation Bible School and Easter. It seems like the devil gets in our plumbing issues, right? So like Earl has been here almost every Vacation Bible School, okay? He's fixed something, redone something, redug something for us, because when you put about 300 little kids in here flushing the toilet every 5 minutes, it wrecks your septic system. And on Easter, we've had things go out. The pump goes out, the water goes out, whatever. Earl's been out here in flip-flops at 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning on Easter fixing stuff for me. This is how close we are. So one of these days, we're fixing something here, and I'm there, and he has a friend of his, George Porzik, who does some plumbing with him. George's a big Dolphin fan, by the way. And so I'm telling George this story about Earl and about him saying, hey, I'll donate, I'll do it all for free. And Earl says, well, that's not the best part of the story. I'm like, well, what do you mean? He says, you don't even know the miracle. And I'm like, what do you mean? I've been telling this story for like 6 or 7, 10 years on Stones for Remembrance. He says, oh, no. He says, listen, when Skinner, that's what he called Mr. Skinner, when Skinner said, okay, what's it going to be? I had to post it with a number on it. I had to figure down how much I was going to charge. And I opened my pad, And I read that number, and what came out was, I'll do it for free. And I was like, this Earl telling me this. He says, and I was like, did I just say that? I'll do it for free? Because I thought I was reading that number. And then you guys are all, hallelujah, praise Jesus, hugging and kissing each other and hugging me. And I'm like, I'm stuck. When Earl told me that in front of the church, I'm like, I've never heard this. Why? How could you have never told me this all these years? I've been lying to my church for 10 years, telling them how the story went. He's like, oh, no. The miracle was me reading that number and it coming out of my mouth. I'll do it for free. God can do anything, can't he? Earl and I have become great friends. He's a believer. We've prayed together for his family. It's so great to have. For 35 years, he's the only plumber. He was just out here recently helping Pastor Rich. He's got something wrong with his hand and arthritis, and he's coaching Rich on what to dig and what to glue and what to go. Earl, we love you. We thank God for you, and we thank God for everybody that God used to build this building. Hey, I got another great story tomorrow. See you then.